Once upon a time, in a kingdom nestled among towering mountains, there lived a princess named Snow White. She was known far and wide for her beauty, a trait that was matched only by her kind heart. Snow White's raven black hair, porcelain skin, and lips as red as the ripest apples in the kingdom were the talk of the land. However, her beauty had garnered her not just admirers, but also jealousy. Her stepmother, the wicked queen, could not bear the thought of anyone being fairer than she. Day after day, she consulted her enchanted mirror, demanding it to declare her as the fairest in the kingdom. The mirror, bound by magic, always replied with the same words: "Snow White, fairest of them all." Enraged, the queen hatched a wicked plan. She sent Snow White deep into the forest with a huntsman, ordering him to bring back the princess's heart as proof of her demise. The huntsman, unable to carry out the gruesome task, let Snow White escape and presented the queen with a deer's heart instead. Lost and afraid in the vast forest, Snow White came across a tiny cottage. The place was adorned with 7 small beds and was clearly inhabited by 7 dwarfs. They took her in, and Snow White, in gratitude, offered to keep house for them. In her time with the dwarfs, she discovered their unique personalities, from Doc, the wise leader, to Dope, the ever-smiling and silly one. Meanwhile, the queen, upon discovering Snow White's escape, decided to take matters into her own hands. She concocted a potion that transformed her into a hideous old hag, set on poisoning Snow White with a poisoned apple. Disguised as a kind old woman, she tricked the princess into taking a bite of the poisoned fruit, and Snow White fell into a deep slumber from which she could not be awakened. The dwarfs, heartbroken, placed Snow White in a glass coffin to preserve her beauty for all time. Word of her beauty and tragic fate spread throughout the kingdom. Eventually, a prince who had heard of the beautiful sleeping princess came to visit. As he gazed upon her, he couldn't help but kiss her. The power of true love's kiss broke the evil spell, and Snow White awakened. The kingdom rejoiced at the return of their beloved princess, and the wicked queen faced justice for her deeds. Snow White and the prince lived happily ever after, their love stronger than any spell or curse. The dwarfs remained her loyal friends, and the story of the fairest princess in all the land became a legend told for Geen.